What do you call a person with no goals? If you looked it up in a slang dictionary, you might find the word slacker or perhaps drifter. But if you look at it through the lens of the soul or spirit, we will call that person dormant. Whether it's a teenager stuck in the loop of video games or someone who has simply given up after too many hard seasons. Living without a goal is like having a powerful engine that is stuck in neutral. But don't judge yourself too quickly if you feel you have no goals. By the end of today's episode, you will know and understand what living without goals really looks like, the spiritual danger of metaphysical stillness, and how to solve the pain of aimless living by using our 5-minute spark exercise. We're moving from just passing time to the purposeful redeeming of time. Stay tuned. Ordinary women. Extraordinary faith. When God calls, we say yes. The Arise Women of God podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Arise Women of God podcast. I'm your host, Tamara K. Anderson, and joining me today are Sandy Falter and Amanda Powell of our Women Warriors of Light Advisory Board. And today we're covering the topic of the goalless life. First, we're going to talk about why humans are designed for movement and what happens to a soul when it really stops. Second, we'll discuss the artificial goal trap and why consuming a digital mission isn't the same as creating a real one. Third, we will talk about the atrophy principle and why doing nothing is actually a form of spiritual decay in your soul. And finally, I'm going to share with you the Warrior Spark list we've created, which gives you 10 specific 5-minute micro goals to wake up your soul and spirit today. But first, let's ask the question, do you or someone you love truly have no goals? A goal is not defined by actually writing it down, but by having something in your mind and heart that you're working towards and you're accomplishing. For years as a young mom, I don't think I wrote down any goals for the year because my goal was simply surviving and taking care of my kids day in and day out. But that doesn't mean that I didn't get things done. Oh no, I had little projects going all the time, working on my house when the kids were asleep, painting a room, making some curtains, leading a choir at church. I was constantly moving, but I didn't write them down as goals. A person without goals isn't actually lazy. They are often overwhelmed or disconnected. When, for example, someone plays video games all day, they are actually seeking a goal, and the game gives them a mission and a reward. The human soul craves progress so much that if we don't have a real life mission, we'll often pay money to simulate one. But the tragedy there is that the engine is running, but the car is stuck in the garage. Amanda and I are now going to dive in this idea of, do we really need goals? Or can we live without them?
Let's think about that for a minute. I would love to just go there. Could we live life without it?
I don't think I could. I am too much of a doer. I have a little bit of ADHD in me. And so the thought of sitting still and doing nothing would probably drive me absolutely batty. So I couldn't do it.
I don't know if any of us could do it. That's why I asked you that, because even my grandson, I'm looking at my grandson who's 5, and even he has goals. I'm going to come in first place when I play this game with my dad, right? So I'm kind of looking at that and I think, is it because it's divinely inherent in us? I mean, even our Father has a goal, right? To bring to pass the immortality and eternal life of man. Maybe it's something that is within us and you remove the goal, right? You remove us from being goal seekers and goal doers and goal achievers to not having goals. Then what are we doing? So I almost feel like there is a purpose to having goals. It's something inside of us that makes us want to become something better. You don't become without a goal.
We are built to become, my friends. When we stop that progress, we do not stay the same. We actually start to slide backwards. We call this atrophy. Next, Sandy Falter is going to share a gym analogy that explains what happens when we truly have no goals, no aim, no intention of progress.
I've thought about this and I've thought about, my goal to go to the gym, and it's not always successful. But why do we do that? And what happens with our muscles if we do nothing? If we do nothing, they atrophy. They don't stay the same. And so goals are so important because they help us to grow and progress. And we have to put in effort to grow and progress. And so doing nothing isn't the solution. And setting goals and setting intentions is. That's how we grow.
If you are feeling dormant or you're watching someone you love sit in neutral, you don't need a 5-year plan. You just need a spark. So we've compiled a wonderful warrior spark list that will give you 10 options you can do in 5 minutes or less to signal to your mind, body, and spirit that it is time to move and change. First, the creation connection. Step outside and find 3 wonderful things that God has made. Feel connected to Him with a heart full of gratitude. Second, the digital reset. Delete one app that drains you. Third, the hydration habit. Drink 1 glass of water and water your soul. Number 4, the sacred silence. Sit for 3 minutes and ask God to show you one tiny direction of something you can do to move you forward. Number 5, the body blessing. Do 60 seconds of stretching as you think about your body being a tremendous gift. And as you stretch each part of your body, think how grateful you are for it. For example, stretch your neck thinking, I'm so thankful I can move my neck. Or stretch your arms and say, oh, I'm so thankful I have arms and hands that can do things. Number 6, the 1 surface sprint. Here's what we mean by that. Clear 1 small counter or drawer and see how you feel. It's amazing how something that small can encourage momentum. Number 7, the encouragement text. Send 1 person an I'm thinking of you note. Number 8, the armor up affirmation. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a child of God with a mission. Number 9, the music shift. Listen to 1 hopeful song with your eyes closed. And number 10, the next 15. Plan only the next 15 minutes and then cross it off. Pick 1 thing from that list, and that win, however small, proves to the adversary that you're not damned or stopped. You are a progress maker. Once you've done 1, you can roll it into 2 or 3 or 5. Just keep moving and build that momentum. Want to take a peek at this list? Go to the show notes for today's episode on our Women Warriors of Light website, and you can grab the list and use it to jumpstart your life or the life of a loved one. If you are ready to wake up and find your fire, go download our A Guide to Goal Setting for Christian Women. It's designed to help you start moving, even if you only have an inch of motivation left. And if you need a community to help you stay unstuck, join our Women Warriors of Light accountability group. The links are in the description below. So my friend, go take 1 small step toward your mission today. And until next time, may you arise. Do it God's way, God strong.